We are live. It's Saturday night. I just got a notification. Go away. We're live. It's Saturday night. We're here. Quizmaster. I'm going to stop looking at my head. Okay. That's 8 o'clock, people. How are we all? We all good. Now, just adjust the camera a little bit because I've just adjusted things around a little bit in here. By the way, how'd you like my new box? Look at that. Look at that new box. It's good, isn't it? It's the Queen Vic. Hey. Hello, Robert. Right, who's in then? Hello, John. Hello, Wonkies. Alan, Christine, Gaynor, you're in. Good. Joe, morning, Joe. Well, hello from New Zealand. You're also on my phone as well. I can just quickly scroll through. It's easier than on the website interface. Anyway, Christine, Ben, hello, cuz. John, hello, mate. Joe, morning. Gaynor, you better be on it this week, love, because you're number one at the minute. 1K's yo, Big Alan, hello, Alan Borg. Things have changed since the last time we did the quiz. I'll explain that in a minute when we go to the questions bit. Right, usual stuff now. How are we all? Are we all well? We're all good. We ain't getting ill because we can't get ill, can we? We aren't doing this if we're getting ill. Hello, Darren. I just saw you popped up there, mate. How you doing? We ain't saying the C word in this quiz. We don't do the C word at all. Isn't that right, Becca?
That's right.
There you go. She's sat over the other side of the room at the minute. The baby went down fine. She's all right.
Oh, way to jinx it.
Sorry, I've done it again. I did this last week, didn't I, as well? Right. Couple of rules and regs. Don't cheat. Because you're only cheating yourself. Winners don't cheat. Cheaters don't win. Tie. So this week I went for this little skinny purple number. John, you might appreciate that, pal. And I've got my old Star Trek typing and my pen in my pocket. I was going to go tieless today, but I changed my mind. At last, I thought, you know what, I can't not put a tie on. But it's been a lovely day outside. Oh, I've left the conservatory door open as well, so I better fix that when we finish. It's been a lovely day today, hasn't it?
You shared the right document with me, Richard, because all I've got is last week.
Oh, hang on. Technical glitch. It's called me selecting the wrong thing. Which one did I take? Sorry, I showed you the wrong one.
You will be.
Try again. I shared the wrong document to Rebecca. What I do with these, I do them on Google Docs because it's online. Then I don't have to worry about word processor or anything like that. All right. So we're all good. We're all well. There is nobody ill. All you key workers hanging in there. You all good? Slingman, how are you, pal? We're all key workers hanging in. All doing good work. Thank you for all you do. Doctors, nurses, shopkeepers, police, fire, whatever you do. Amazon delivery guy came today. Postman, what a guy. Brought us some chocolate, like he from Hotel Chocolat, dead good as well. We haven't had it yet, but it's always good. It's always good. Beverages tonight, the old Coca-Cola and a beer. This is from Aldi again. Called Half Pint Pale Ale. Don't ask me to bust a trick, because last time I did a trick I fell off a skateboard. Right. So there we go. Hey, Gary. Cheers. Oh, that's very nice. Answers, Alan, answers. I know you asked a question on answers. I'll show you in a minute, because I've got a thing. You like this, mate? Right, shall we go to the thing? You ready? Boom, here we go. Right, you like what I did there? Yeah, do you like that? That click. Right, at the very top, answers on a piece of paper or in the comments. It's entirely up to you. But if you put them in the comments, other people can see it and they've got it wrong. And if he or she got it wrong, I might think, oh no, actually, it's Frank Sinatra, not Jerry Lee Lewis. That isn't one of the answers, by the way. Can I just add that isn't an answer today? fulfill it. Where do you? Yeah. So answers on a pen and piece of paper if you got one, or in the chat. It's entirely up to you. If you don't use the chat, but please comment in there. So it means I know you're watching, and I'm not talking to myself. Although most of the time I do anyway. I'm used to it. Next, right at the end of the quiz, enter your answer on either in the comments down below, or on the side, or up above, or wherever they are. Underneath, usually under the doobly doo. Yeah. Either in YouTube or on the Facebook, or on the thread on the Balls Facebook group. If you're not in the Balls Facebook group, through Discord, because I know I've invited a few through Discord who I know on Discord, or if you got me on Instagram at Rich Hales, Twitter at Rich Hales, or just on the YouTube chat, that's fine. It's just easier. Whoever wins is the one with the most points at the end. Obvious, you know. If you got the most points, then someone else you won. And a tiebreaker if we need it. But if we're done, I'm going to ask it anyway because they're all right. They're a bit of fun.
And you put the effort into it.
And I put the effort. I researched this the other day. I was watching something the other day, and I thought of the tiebreaker. It was a quiz thing, and the guy got the answer wrong, and I knew it, and I should have. I would have won that quiz. Anyway.
Dedication.
Next. I've lost my mouse. There it is. Right. Oh, ignore that crappy thing on the screen, apart from the how to play. Right. Leaderboard. So, Alan, this is a new thing again. We're having a leaderboard. The end of the after the quiz, submit your scores. Again, through a thread on Facebook on the Balls, through Twitter at Rich Hales, Instagram at Rich Hales, through Facebook as a DM or in the chat below. We are adding the scores up, and at the end of the month, I've got me and John are putting heads together and find out a prize for you guys. It'll only be something silly. It's not going to be like a speedboat. Question: This is something we ask at work. Do you know when someone was on Bullseye and they won a speedboat? Well, what if they lived in the Midlands?
Anyway, let's get on with the quiz.
Yeah, let's get on with the quiz. So, at the top is Gainer this week from last week. So, all of these scores are from last week. All them scores are from last week. All them scores are from last... Sorry, I moved a unit and I'm trying to get my camera angles right. So, all these scores from last week. Joe, you've got plenty of chances to catch up, mate. Don't you worry. It's a hit. It can be up and down or less, you know, or left and right. Right. So, at the top this week is Gainer, and the one, and in second place is Wonky Warriors, Dawn and Martin. The pressure's on you for you guys to keep it up.
Where's Kelly and Matt's score?
I don't know, they didn't submit it.
Oh, Kelly and Matthew.
I know, he had Superman pyjamas on as well. Excuse me. Right.
You birthday?
Bit of the old Windy Pops.
I told you about drinking fizzy straight after dinner.
I thought I covered it up. I just had a lovely steak and chips. Oh, I tell you what, pub grub. This pub's getting better and better, I tell you. Right.
Why is Darren the only one whose name is their username and not their actual name?
Slingman74?
No, on the leaderboard.
Because that's the name he submitted it as. That's why. All the rest of them submitted it as their own names. Yeah. But anyway, if you want it as your proper name, please tell me. If you want it as a YouTube name, please tell me, because it's going to go up on the YouTube anyway. But anyway. Right.
Are we up to question 1 yet?
Wait, are we ready? Pens, pencils, protractors, rulers, rubbers, and drinks at the ready. Make sure we need a protractor for a question 1 week, Bex.
Yeah.
Shall we get on with question number 1? Are we ready? Are we all ready? We set? Question number 1.
You spelled Pearson wrong as well.
Which famous painting was stolen from the Louvre in 1911? Which famous painting was stolen from the Louvre in 1911? Answers on your pen and piece. Answers on your paper, or in the chat. I like how you score. Yeah, you score was mostly Walker's Chris Flavors, Darren. That's right, mate. Which famous painting was stolen from the Louvre in 1911? There we go. Right. Don't forget, if you hear me lagging, it's not you or your internet or my internet, it's me. I've got a speech impediment. But anyway, any road, enough of that. Have we got the answer for that one, you reckon, Rebecca? Shall I give another few seconds on that one?
Oh, nobody guessed it in the chat yet.
I'm disappointed I'm not seeing it in the chat as yet. I thought I would have.
You told everyone to write it down on pen and paper.
I'll put it in the chat. If you want to put it in the chat, you can. Sorry, if you want to put it in the chat, you can. But it's up to you. I'm hoping it's the only painting in the Louvre I know. Hey, could be.
Was it returned, Richard?
Yes, it has been returned. It was found, yes.
So if somebody just knows a painting in the Louvre...
If someone knows a painting in the Louvre, you're probably going to get it. Yeah, yeah.
Might as well get it.
Yeah, yeah. It's the ceiling or the cupboard doors like they did the other week in the kitchens. In the staff kitchen. So me Coca-Cola one. Number 2. Who invented the phonograph? And I've not put the year on the question, but it was 1877.
I better put these in the chat then.
You don't have to put them in the chat.
People who,
If you miss a question, ask us in the chat and we'll put it in there for you.
Remember Kelly and Matthew were a bit late last week?
They were a bit late last week, yeah. And yeah, they might still pop up. Bum, 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 bum. Who invented the phonograph? And it was 1877. And that's because I read it this afternoon. But it's not because I knew that. Although it appears as if I know all this stuff. I don't. I just read it on the Saturday afternoon and think, oh, that's a good question. That'll do. I wonder if someone else knows that.
John phonograph.
Pardon? Who's commenting, Rebecca? What we got?
Dr. John phonograph.
Who was that from? Alan Burke. Alan, mate. That's a good one. That's a good one. 2 is much better. Yeah, I thought you'd get number 2, Gary. I really did. Right, question 3. Number 3. Which Italian city is said to be built on 7 hills? Which Italian city is said to be built on 7 hills? Joe, yes, he did. He invented lots of things. That's a massive clue, Gary. I think you might give that one away there, pal. Anyway, question 3. Which Italian city is said to be built on 7 hills? Don't recall hills there, do you? Roundabout, I think, weren't they? Is she? Is it the one? Oh, let's just update on the baby. Which Italian city is built on 7 hills? It's said to be built on 7 hills. Edinburgh. That's in Scotland, not Italy. That's built on a lot of hills, isn't it, Rebecca?
There's a lot of hills. Yeah, it always seems to be walking uphill in Edinburgh.
Beautiful city, though. Beautiful city. But I really, you know. Question number 4 coming up. Shall we go question 4? What do you reckon? I'm going to be really clever. I'll way off with question number 2. I'm going to say, DK, you're really clever, mate. Barry phonograph. It might have been.
Barry or John?
Or is he Irish? Phonograph. Question 4. Enough of my bad joke. Question 4. Spain and Portugal comprise part of which peninsula? Spain and Portugal comprise part of which peninsula? If you've been there, you might know this. Yeah, you might know it if you've been. Spain and Portugal comprise part of which peninsula? So, has anybody been out sunbathing today or just in your garden working? And we have been indoors most of today because I was playing with the. Had rather good fun. Really, it was nice playing with the baby for a bit. For a change. Now we had enough time on that one. Spain and Portugal. I've not seen any answers in the quiz in the chat, but hey ho. You're keeping them to yourself. Keeping the answers to yourself to stop anyone else from cheating and getting them. Or, what? If you post the right answer and then post the wrong answer after night, you always try the double bluff. You never know. Right, question 5. Who wrote the novel 2001: A Space Odyssey? Who wrote the novel 2001: A Space Odyssey? The film was Stanley Kubrick, and it was fantastic. Have you seen that?
Okay.
Very good movie. I should have been out in the sun today. It was well, though. It definitely was, Christine. It definitely has been. It was too hot yesterday for baby. She didn't like it. She was in a grump last night, wasn't she? Where? And she went to bed. She wasn't very good.
She was only out for, what, an hour?
We had a barbecue yesterday. Baby had a tea in the garden in the shade. And she was a bit put out. She was a bit put off. So
Very upset about
she was. Yeah.
bedtime.
She's lovely, though, wasn't she? Yeah. Oh, she enjoys playing outside. And she likes to try and eat the grass. But hey ho. Who wrote 2001: A Space Odyssey anyway? And have you read it? Oh, fix the decking and move the woodshed. That's too busy for a warm day, Christine. I'm sorry, it's way too busy for a warm day like this. I started to clear my shed out yesterday and decided against it after like 5 minutes because it was warm. And I couldn't be bothered to do it really. I moved a few bits about. Any road. Yeah. Right. Question number 6. You had long enough? Question 6, you had long enough?
Yeah.
Yeah, question 6. On which part of your body would you wear a Homburg? Yeah, you...
No!
Oh, Gary, well done, mate. Well done. Well done. That's me in doghouse for the rest of the weekend. Thank you, Gary. And you should never talk into again. She's actually from the Midlands, so I don't know where you got that from, pal. Anyway. On which part of your body would you wear a Homburg? Is it a glove? Is it a shoe?
I know where Gary's going to be wearing it.
Sideways. I did see you pick up your tomato plant. It was very cool. And is it a Procol Harum song? I did not know that, Gainer. There we go. Homburg is a Procol Harum song. I might check that out afterwards, actually. Yeah, I'll try and find that and listen to it later on. Here we go.
That made no sense. You just made it sound like...
Question 7. In 1913, which make model of car became the first to be mass-produced on an assembly line? Which car, the make and the model, was first to be mass-produced on an assembly line? Very, very famous quote relating to this as well. And when we're in the answers, I'll give you the quote. Because if I do it before, I'll tell you. You went for a walk, you caught some Pokemon in Pokemon Go, then sat in the garden, took some photographs of wood pigeons. Now, I've got to ask you, Darren, have you had your KK Slider concert today? Because after 10, you get some miles. Animal Crossing reference, by the way. If you've not played it, you're missing out because it's brilliant. I talked about it at length last week for about 5 minutes, didn't I? Dead fun. Right. So, what was the first car to be mass-produced on an assembly line? Which one was it? Does anybody know? Has anybody ever driven one? Because that'd be rather cool, actually, if you'd driven one. Kind of awesome. Anyway. Question 8. Who took over from Terry Wogan on the Radio 2 Breakfast Show in 2010? Who took over from Terry Wogan? R.I.P. Terry. On the BBC Radio 2 Breakfast Show in 2010. Hang on, you got to feed the cat, Gary. Well, come on. Pub quiz. See that back, Rebecca.
Yeah, I'll catch up. Come on.
It can take a while. Well, all the stuff happens at 5 a.m. Ben. You know. All the stuff happens at 5 a.m. Chris, welcome to the chat, mate. I didn't realise you were in, pal. Hello, mate. Who took over from Terry on Radio 2's Breakfast Show? So it says, anyone enjoy the Radio 2? Actually, I was listening to Fen Cotton Sounds of the 90s podcast today. That's dead good. It's all 90s songs. She puts a playlist up. It's brilliant. Supergrass, Suede. She had Skin from Skunk Anansie on the one I'm listening to at the minute. It was the 18th of April, one that's a couple of weeks ago. But Skin from Skunk Anansie, what a band they were. Brilliant. Skin, what a singer. Anyway, question number 9. Chris, if you want to answer there, you can, or you can answer them on some pen and paper. We can add the other questions you missed posted in the chat for you to catch up. So can you post the questions, please, Rebecca?
What's that?
For Chris, 1 through to wherever we get up to by the time you finish. Or we'll get, and catch up. Okay? So we're going to add the questions in the chat for you in a minute, mate.
Can I delete the answers from this so I can copy paste them in both?
Yes. Because I've got them anyway. Question number 9. Who starred as Kraticus Potts in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? Hold on 1 second. That was the glasses off glare. Who starred as Kraticus Potts in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? Kraticus Potts in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. That was a good film as well. And stage production. I never saw the stage production, but yeah, it was good. I've got a question 10 in a few minutes. I'll give you another minute on that or so. I've got a question 10. There might be some changes to the quiz and then Joe's graphics next week. Because I've got a new laptop coming on Tuesday. So.
Are you excited?
I am. I've had a new pooter for about 5 years. Unfortunately, the one I've had, it's a bit old now. So it needs a bit of TLC and it needs retiring. Right. Question 10. Which 10 letter word for a colour is made up of 2 words for water? Which 10 letter word for a colour is made up of 2 words for water? There we go.
Stupid.
What's wrong with it?
Stupid computer.
It's a Chromebook, it's a great computer. She's complaining now. She doesn't like my computers. A great computer. I like that one. I just unfortunately can't do any of this overlay stuff. Anyway, incoming questions in the chat. Thanks, Rebecca, for posting them for me.
Yeah.
Question 11. Who cut the tails off the 3 blind mice? Of? Yeah. Who cut off the tails of the 3 blind mice? That's a really weird sentence to read.
You wrote it.
I know. Who cut off the tails of the 3 blind mice? I'm really concentrating hard on saying that one as well.
How many beers have you had?
Almost one. That was another Scrubs quote. Sorry. We are on season 4 of our rewatch. Season 3, 4 of the rewatch. Good. Right. I'll leave it there. I don't need that for now. Who cut the tails off 3 blind mice? Easier one. I should have just said it like that, shouldn't I? Who cut the tails off 3 blind mice?
Yeah.
God. Yeah. Just can't get the staff. Me, I'm fired. Oh, okay. Anyway, question 12. Clark Kent and Lois Lane work for which newspaper? Clark Kent and Lois Lane work for which newspaper? Bit of pop culture for you there. It's actually quite well known, this. It's quite...
Is it actually? Is it actually?
Yeah, it is.
Only if you know it.
They're only easy when you know it. You're right, Rebecca. They are only easy when you know them. Well, question 12 I'm up to at the minute. Do you want me to just hang on while you finish typing them in, or?
Well, how far have you got?
I'm on 12.
I'm on 10.
I'll just wait a second then for Becky to finish carrying them in. Give you a few minutes. Clark Kent and Lois Lane work for which newspaper? I want pictures of Spider-Man, goddammit. I started playing that game again today. It's good fun. Really good game. I like it. Good life. There are no easy ones. Yeah, the ones you know and don't know. Absolutely, Gary. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely, G-man. You caught up, Rebecca?
I'm on 12.
Good. Right.
Oh, somehow I've paused you. You had a really good, really weird pause face.
Oh.
I paused you. It wasn't your fault.
Ah, that's okay. She paused me. Oh, no.
Oh no.
No, I'm not paused. That's fine. Right, question 13. In which sport are stones and a broom used? In which sport are stones and a broom used? It's a sport I tend to watch every 4 years, isn't it? It's great. It's really good. In which sport are stones and a broom used? Got to get me sport questions in, because that's what I know. That's what I like. That's what I know. Sport and music, and films, comic books. Okay. Yeah, that's it. You caught it, Rebecca. That's good. Right. Thank you. Any more humble bragging? You've come inside as you're getting slaughtered by mosquitoes. It's easy to fall out with people, Gary. It's easy to fall out with people. Right. Question 14. Who had a hit with Africa in '83? Who had a hit with Africa in '83? Who sang Africa? Dum ba dum bum bum. It's good. Yeah, it's another good song, isn't it? Africa. I like that song. Yes. Are you pasting them on the chat, Rebecca?
I'm not.
Okay. She's gonna. So we'll.
Somebody who comes back and goes.
Yeah.
What happened?
Easy, mate. R.I.P. the drummer.
What was that one?
Who had the hit with Africa? Which you've already put in.
No.
Yeah, I can see it on the screen here. Yeah. Okay. 15. What's the middle colour on the Italian flag? What is the middle colour on the Italian flag? It's another simple one. That's quite a...
Stop saying that.
Yeah, it's alright. Getting glared at from now from across the room. She's sat over there glaring at me. She might join us for the answers, by the way.
I might not. Though.
She might not join us for the answers. It depends on how she's feeling, but she might come and join us on the camera for the answers.
Well, personally, I've got a feeling that this baby's going to kick off about this blanket that's on her face.
Hey, Dad today, John. Yeah, perhaps we'll see how you are and how baby is as well. How are your support team holding up, John? That is a good That, Ben, is a really good fact about this band. That's really cool. I didn't know that myself, actually. Right, 16. A starfish... Oh, that jumped up a bit, didn't it? A starfish usually has how many arms? Starfish usually have how many arms? Bloody M's. God. That was a big one, that one. Starfish usually have how many arms? Who knows? 2? 7? 64? You ever seen a 64-arm starfish? That'd be weird. It wouldn't be a starfish, wouldn't it? It'd be a...
It'd still be a star.
Circlefish or a cogfish?
A cogfish.
You know. Shall we give that another few seconds and go to question 17? Yeah, I'll give a few more seconds and go to question 17. Yeah, it would be too many, Ben. You're right, absolutely right, mate. They're quite cool animal starfish. I saw them at the deep. We have the world's only submarine in Hull. Only because we made up the word submarine. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Got some starfish in there, a few jellyfish, a few other spider crabs. Oh, they're well weird.
I didn't see it. You went there last time I went.
The spider, yeah, I think they're taking them out. Oh, I tell you what, really long legs. Oh, they look like spiders. Oh, they're freaking me out, Jimmy. The starfish sting. I don't believe they do, John. Although, to be fair, I haven't really ever got up close and personal to one to find me that I'd need to be, if I'm honest. Stung by a sea urchin. Oh, Jesus. That's not nice. You got a few right so far, but I hope I'm not overthinking these. Now, that is the trick, Darren. First instinct is usually the one to go with. It was American. It was from Japan, Ben the spider crab. Dead weird looking. Oh, just nah, mate, nah. 17. Don't Cry for Me, Argentina appears in which musical? Don't Cry for Me, Argentina is in which musical? Which musical has Don't Cry for Me, Argentina in it? Yeah. Always go your instincts, your first instinct on the answers, guys. You know, if you overthink it, there is a chance you think yourself out of a wrong answer. Quite often, out of a right answer. Sorry. Quite often, your first guess is usually right if you've got it right. You know. Don't cry for me, Argentina. I like it, Alan. I like it, pal. I like it. So, let me get a bit closer to the screen. There we go. Oh, that's better. I'm more in frame now, aren't I? And I realise I keep glancing because the chat's down below, and I've got the screen in front of me over there as well. Right. Shall we go question 18 back?
Yeah.
Question 18 then. How many railway stations on a Monopoly board? How many railway stations are there on a Monopoly board? There we go. I think a lot of people have sung that song, John. I'm going to be admit to you, mate. How many people on a Monopoly board? How many stations on a Monopoly board? How many people? Yeah. How many stations on a Monopoly board? I haven't played Monopoly for a long time. Anti-Frida. You're right, Bex. Well done, mate.
We used to sing.
Is it really?
When I was a kid, yeah.
I never sung it. Because I don't sing very well. You are indeed overthinking it. Yeah, don't overthink it, Darren. Just chill out into it, mate. You'll love it. Just...
You're trying to...
Yeah, just your first answer is usually your right one. If you know it, the first one you think of is usually right. Just want to get far more than 5 in the main quiz. And you're doing just fine, mate. Honestly, if you get 5, it doesn't matter. The main thing is you're here and you're taking part and you're forgetting about the outside world for a bit. That's why we do this. You know, it helps us forget about the outside world. It helps you also forget about the outside world because that's what we're here to do. Just have a bit of fun. Have a beer on a Saturday night and chill out. Interact with other human beings on a Saturday night and just chill out. Well, you know. Ooh. Right. Question number 19. It's a big building with patience, but that's not important right now. It's a quote from which 1980 movie? Sorry, I'm chuckling already at this. I shouldn't be. But what's that there a quote from? Which film is that a quote from? A damn good one as well. Very funny one. In fact, I think we do a rewatch of this film.
You think so, do you?
Oh yeah, because it's hilarious. It's an absolutely brilliant movie. It's among my favourites. Actually, the sequel's really good as well. It's got William Shatner in the sequel, and he's overacting as normal. Well, even more than he did on Star Trek. Yeah, dead good. Right. Question 20, I think. I think we're on to question 20. Question 20. Which duo sang straight up proving we can get you grooving. This track's booming, it ain't no hype.
Oh my god.
I know. Who sang that?
Some intellectual lyrics
Sang.
there. I might have posted it a bit early in the chat because you said it.
No, I haven't got it on the chat yet. I've just got the airplane one at the minute.
Yes! You went. How many weeks did you go without doing it? 2?
3 weeks. So question 19. Might not be that one. Question 20. Which duo sang straight up proving we can get you grooving, strike the boom in the hive? I've not done that for a few weeks.
You could have swagged it out and gone, oh, it's the like Alan thinks or whatever. But no.
As Alan thinks. Yeah, it's the one Alan thinks that question might be. Which duo sang that anyway? Which duo sang that? And I'm not telling the answer for this one now until right at the very end.
Okay.
Oh dear, it's been a long week. I've had a long week at work. All right, it's been busy at work this week, so it's gonna get even weirder next week. I think there's a couple of people off next week, so it's gonna be even worse. Right, are we ready for? Right, Alan, you won't know about this, will you, pal? But we now have a bonus round. Right. All our questions are worth 1 point each, by the way, for the first 20. This next question, there are 10 answers for this one. 10. So each answer is worth an extra point. So if you've not done great on the quiz itself, boost your points with this one, and you're going to get quite a bit of time to answer this one as well. Okay, so...
Remember, no Googling.
No Googling, because that's cheating, and cheaters never win.
You're only cheating yourself.
You're only cheating yourself, and I know it's a fun quiz, but no Googling. This is all off top at noggin. Right, are you ready for this, guys? Are you ready for this?
Yes.
You don't get a cheeky point, Ben, no. You don't get a cheeky point at all, because you didn't... You should have been paying attention, Ben. Sorry, pal. Right, are we ready? 10 Formula 1 teams competed in last season. Can you name them? 10 teams competed in last season's Formula 1 World Championship. Can you name them? That's all I want to know. Who are the 10 teams who raced last season in the Formula 1 World Championship? Each team fields 2 cars. We don't want to know the drivers. All we want to know is the constructors, the teams. Okay? Which teams raced last season in Formula 1? and it's for up to 10 bonus points. Their quiz this week is out of 30 points. Scores out of 30. Okay, so this can be, if you've not done well in the main quiz, this can massively boost you up. If you know it. Ask 1986 DK. You know, he'll tell you he struggled on the main quiz last week, but he knew 9 flavours of Walker's Crisp.
And that's all he took.
And that's all he took. That's all he needed. It was his bags of Walker's Crisp. That incidentally, he was asking me about up until yesterday. He was still asking me about them yesterday. So, which 10 teams competed in the Formula One season last year? You can't name any, but well, have a guess, mate. Think of famous car manufacturers. You can't really go wrong. 3 of them are. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wait, hang on. 4 of them are. 4 of them are now, actually.
What? That standard like cars you'd see on the.
We've seen one round here from the other team. It's one that I really, really like.
1, 2, 3. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, I've been told to just trying to help this bonus question, and none. 4 of them definitely are car manufacturers now. Hold on. 4. Trust me.
No, you could find.
Oh yeah.
You could see on them.
Yeah.
Them, more. Them.
Oh yes, I forgot about them. Yeah. 5 of the teams are now car manufacturers. So if you know 5 cars, you might be all right. And if you don't watch Formula One, why?
That's short.
Pardon?
So short.
Yeah, so my shorts. I'm not wearing shorts, I'm wearing light grey trousers. Shorts. I'm wearing jogger shorts, don't I? All you see is the top half.
Top and pie down the bottom.
Yeah, you want to see that? I am a mullet. I'm dressed as a mullet tonight.
You're dressed as a mullet.
Yes. Is one of them your other car? I bloody wish, Joe. I, honest to God, one of the teams have just started making road cars, and they are stunning. They're absolutely gorgeous. Unfortunately, I don't have the money to buy one, but I'd love one. You know? No one, as my friend, works the Bachelor's Formula E cast. Formula E, that's another great racing series. Honestly, you should check that out as well. Oh, so good. Right, anyway. You stopped watching around the time when JPS was in it. That's it in Senna's era? Late 80s? That will be mid to late 80s, that'll be Alan, I think. I'd be watching this weekend if I could. But they're not on. I have watched the esports racing. That's pretty good. Some of the drivers are doing e-racing on the old PC on the internet against other drivers. That's all right. It's all right. Anyway, shall we go to the next bit? Right. Are we ready for some answers? Oh yes, I remember that car. Yes, there was a car in the early 80s that I think that had that same trim, because I think Senna won his first race round in Monaco. You're going to offend me with these guesses. Don't worry about it, pal. Honestly, I'm not easily offended. Right, tell you what. Give me 2 minutes, and we will do the answers. Alright, I just need to take a minute. Alright, guys? Give me 2 minutes. Hello. Right. As of the quiz next week, hopefully we'll have some tunes there. But because when I tried it the other week, something went wrong and I don't know what happened. And I don't know what happened this week either. It was weird with it before. So, but I'm going to put some music on in that bit and it'll be a bit better. And I'm going to change the graphics up and all that kind of stuff. It's going to look better. You know, because I say, I thought, you know what? I'm going to have the Queen Vic this week just for a bit of fun. Because the BBC put all these out for Zoom backgrounds for all those who do Zoom messaging. So, anyway. How do we think we all did? Did you do alright on those? I know I've got your questions, Gary. Your answers, Gary. Thanks for them, pal. Yeah, don't have to submit them to me though. Just just hang on to them. It's fine. We'll start doing answers in.
Mark your own papers.
Yeah, mark your own papers. Because obviously you can't hand them to other people to mark. Because it's social distancing. Right. Shall we do? Sorry, Ben. That's that. But hey, Ben, you ought to try this with your mum, mate. She'd love it. Be a right laugh. Right. Are we ready for the answers? Like the screen says. Are we ready? You alright, Rebecca? Baby's alright, by the way. She's fine. That's why I went away. Just get the baby. Just quick check on the little lady. She's in bed. She's sleeping.
Wrap a blanket around her face.
Yeah, she wrapped a blanket around her face. Thankfully, it's got holes in. So, the blanket, not her face. Although her face has got holes in as well. No. Question number 1 then. Which famous painting? It was the Mona Lisa, of course. And there she is, right there. There's the old Mona Lisa right there. It was returned. That's why you can't get near it now. There's a piece of plate glass over it as well, I believe. I've never been to the Mona. I ain't ever been over to Paris. So, if you got that one right, well done. If you didn't, oh well. If you know a famous painting in France, you've probably got it. If you know a painting, you've got it. It's the most famous painting. I think it's the most famous painting ever done. Also, I have to say it's the most painting actually. They're the most famous. Question 2. Thomas Edison. And yes, if you knew he was a rival of Tesla, you'll know that. That guy right there, that Tommy Eddy.
He was a con man as well.
He was a con man. And a bully.
People out of their inventions.
Stole a lot of inventions, yeah. He stole some of Tesla's, didn't he? Free electricity was possible. Thank you, Tesla. I have heard, Christine, I've heard the Mona Lisa is very small. What he used to do is he used to paint over his paintings, did Leonardo da Vinci. So I wonder what painting is underneath it. That's the question. And I have heard it's a bit of a dump as well, Chris. You're absolutely right, pal. I have heard that it's not very nice. It's a bit dirty. Yeah. But anyway. Yeah, Parry? You are sorry?
Who said what's done? What?
Paris is, and I quote, a shithole. Yes, I've heard. Oh, by the way, and for Darren, I brought a little snack. Prawn cocktail walkers. So if you're hungry, Darren, I'll forward you these later, mate. Even though he lives in a totally different town from me.
It's like 20 miles away.
Yeah, about 20 miles from me. I'll throw them. Just try catching them, pal. All right. Yeah, just hang by the river and we'll chuck them over the river. Awesome. Wonky Warriors, 2 out of 2. Good on him. Right, ready? Question 3. It was Rome that is said to be built on 7 hills. I don't recall seeing any hills
I don't remember being on a hill.
in and around Rome. No. It's quite flat, to be honest with
you.
you. We walked a lot of Rome. It was lovely. Really nice. Our hotel was right past the French embassy, wasn't it? And then we walked into the city, and our first day there we saw an Italian road rage incident, and it was the best thing I've ever seen. Lots of gesturing. Lots of...
It was so
Brilliant.
You couldn't have scripted it.
No. You really... It could not be scripted. It was fantastic. I didn't see last series of Doctor Who, Darren. For some reason I never watched it. So, anyway. Rome is said to be built on 7 hills. It's built on a lot of old stuff. We didn't see the Pope, Joe, no. we did see the Colosseum. Incidentally, the Pope. Where is it? 1 second, guys. Oh, it's not on here.
I lost him.
I've got-
No way I put him.
I've got a postcard. It's a photograph of the Pope, and it looks just like John. so they look like. Are they in the? Have I put them in the conservatory?
I don't know.
We'll have a look. I'll find them later
Anyway,
if you want it
there's a
somewhere.
postcard with Robbo's name on it.
Is it?
somewhere, and his face.
The postcard with John's name on it and his face. I just need your address, pal. I'll send you it. Anyway, question 4. It's Iberia. The big clue to this, and I nearly said it was ham. If you know a type of ham, it's what?
Yeah, well, I know this because of the type of ham called Iberico.
Yes, Iberico ham. Yeah, that's right. And you were like, there's ham. Which ham is it? And it's Iberia. So if you know that one, John, because you went to that part of the world, didn't you, recently? Oh, well done. Hey, we've got a few that I'm seeing a few ticks on these from a lot of people.
I usually try and memorise things to do with food.
Everybody needs to eat. Oh, Christine, you're the first X I've seen, pal. Although no Piper's Crisp. Yes, they are good. How many flavours are there of Piper's Crisp, Darren? Question 5. Who wrote 2001? It was Arthur C. Clarke, of course. Arthur C. Clarke. The epic rap battle of history, which has HAL 9000 on that, is excellent, isn't it? Yeah, that's so funny. Right. Arthur C. Clarke, anyway, wrote 2001. A great movie. I've never read the book. Great movie. So, yeah. Let's go. Question 6. On which part of your body would you wear a Homburg? It's on your head, and there is one right there. On Churchill. It's a type of hat. And there's a one up. On Churchill. I said Churchill. I thought we'd go with that because, it's VE weekend, apparently. So, that's that. So, yeah, Winston Churchill wore a Homburg. It's a hat. Ford Model T for question number 7. It was a Ford Model T. And that is the year. Is a Ford Model T from 1913, and that was almost a Paul Hardcastle song again. Yeah, and there was a famous quote from Henry Ford. Yeah, I can have any colour you want, as long as it's black. It's a Ford Model T. So, did you notice a comment from the Ben?
Which one?
He got Ford, but he didn't get Model T. Half point?
I suppose.
Yeah, you can have half a point for Ford, Ben. There we go. They don't have one of those in Transport Museum, no, Chris, unfortunately. Chris Evans, the other Chris Evans, the one that isn't Captain America, took over from Radio 2 from Terry Wogan. Ford as well, and another half point for you as well then, Darren. Seeing as you got Ford, we'll give you the models. I'll give you half a point for that, Darren and Ben. If you got Ford for question 7, if you got Ford, we'll give you half a point. Okay? Because Ford, it could have been any American car, let's be honest with you. But yeah, Ford Model T. Anyway. So, Chris Evans, the wrong Chris Evans. You changed it to Graham Norton. Ben, go with your first instinct. I told you this. I said this to Darren, go with your first instinct. Right, question number 9. Craticus Potts was Dick Van Dyke. The great Dick Van Dyke. Did anybody see the Mary Poppins sequel that has Dick Van Dyke in it? Tap dancing on a desk. Yeah, it was a sequel, really, wasn't it? Yeah. Tap dancing on a desk in his mid-90s. 93 was when he was doing that. 93 and he stood on a table tap dancing. What a guy. Although his British accent was pretty bad.
Yeah.
It was shock. It was worse than mine, and I'm from Hull. So yeah. Anyway, seen a lot of ticks on these. This might need the tiebreaker tonight. Maybe. But the bonus round can change everything. 10. Aquamarine. Aquamarine. The gap is right there. Unless you... And if you needed me to point out, you probably got this wrong. Hello, Maury Poppins. Yeah, exactly, Alan, exactly. Aquamarine. For question 10. Question 11. Who cut off the tails of 3 blind mice? It was the farmer's wife. It's just not very nice, that really, is it? Bloody farmer's wife. Tell you what, ultramarine, ultra waterbend. Is ultra a name for waterbend? Come on. 10. Consider me shook. Did you see them comments from Darren? Did you read them comments from Darren? Played too much Warhammer recently. You definitely have, Ben. Definitely have. He said Barber's wife. Oh, unlucky. And it wasn't. And it weren't rats. It was mice, Alan. It was mice. Anyway, yes, he definitely bottomed out on that. Although he was in an episode of Scrubs as well. Anyway, 12. It was the Daily Planet. Now I thought I had a copy of the Daily Planet in my comic collection, but it turns out I don't. I don't have the Daily Bugle.
Well, somebody swapped it then.
I'll check my box tomorrow. I was going to go up tonight, but unfortunately the baby went to bed. I'll check my box. It does sound like a porn channel. Actually, you're absolutely right there, Mike. But yeah, I'll check my my comics box, and if I've got a copy of the in the chat, that's a comment from Alan Burke. I'll check my comic box tomorrow, and if I do have the Daily Planet, I'll post it in the boards. All right. Okay, question 13. Which sport is Stones on a Broom used? It's curling. Sport that I fall in love with every 4 years at the Winter Olympics, and every year afterwards I don't bother with it until the next Winter Olympics. So there we go, curling. Absolutely brilliant sport. Cleanest sport in on ice. Great fun though. Really, it's quite technical, isn't it, curling? I think. Yeah, because the sweeping and the angles and the very good. It's good. Good. 14.
I've been doing this the whole time with a random filter on live chats. I've been missing loads of messages.
Africa was Toto. Now there was last year or the year before there was a spate of cover versions of this on YouTube, and there was one by a guy from Norway, Frog Leap Studios in Norway. And Ben, I posted this earlier on Discord. Check it out, pal. It's absolutely brilliant. They do a cover of this song, but it's a heavy metal version, and it's so good. And there's also the Lounge Kittens version as well in 3-part harmony. We're checking out some of these really, really good covers of Toto, of Africa. 15. I'm not even going to... I didn't even... It's there. It's white. It's right there. I'm not even going to... No. I'm not telling you. I've got a picture of it right there. The middle one is white. It's not blue, unfortunately, mate. I think Chris, did you say blue? Or somebody said blue. I can't remember who it was. But no, it is white. You got 13 and 14 correct. Well done, Darren. But it can all change on the Formula 1 teams. Believe me, I sat and railed these off in the right... when I write them... when I ripped them off earlier on, seeing if I knew them, the bonus round, this is the bonus round I'm talking about. I did it in championship order from last season, and I got 2 teams backwards. Sorry. I was not impressed with myself. I thought you said blue. Joe, 15 out of 15. Feeling smug. Tell you what, Joe, you're making up for last week, aren't you, love? Nice one, pal. See, I told you, I can all change a drop of a hat. How many arms? 5. I almost did that.
Definitely, I think there's 4 and a 6 like armed starfish.
But their arms can come off and grow back.
No, but I've seen like 6 ones.
I've seen that in the deep myself. Yeah, I've seen that. It is typically 5 though.
And that's what I mean. You said it should be typically.
Typically, usually, 5. Don't cry for me, Auntie Frida. Was he Vita? Have I made these too easy this week? Because you're doing really well, you lot. I think I've made them too easy this week.
Maybe everyone's just on a roll.
I think they are. Do F1 teams include prawn cocktail and Barry? If so, I'm going to storm this. Unfortunately, they don't. However, there is an F1 team that is pink, like prawn cocktail crisps. They're just pink as the colour scheme. So
I've seen Darren's answers and he's
I've not seen your answers, Darren. So I've seen one person's, but I've not seen the others. How many railway stations on a Monopoly board? That's 4. It's 4 sides. You can't do wrong, can you? Really with that? 4 on a Monopoly board. How many have got 18? I expect most of you got 18. Yes. What did Darren put? Graham Norton. Prawn cocktail.
Barry.
Oh, Barry.
What number are we on?
18. Yeah, did he get that one?
Yes.
You got that one. Well done, Darren. You got that one. Well done. Well, it's one of those that we got it. Hey, we're not easy. Eh? Okay. Right. the one I gave you the answer to, said by the wonderful Leslie Nielsen. It was in fact airplane, of course.
Exclamation mark.
Airplane exclamation mark. The exclamation mark is important. Airplane! It's important. However, if you didn't put the exclamation mark, we'll allow that. But it was from Airplane, and it is one of my favourite films of all time. I laugh, honest to God. I have asthma. And when I watch that movie, I need my inhaler with me just in case. Because I laugh at it that hard. It's so funny. You got 18 wrong. John, what's going on, pal? What was 18? Oh, yeah.
Monopoly.
Yeah, it was Monopoly. Sorry, I just flicked back to Monopoly. But yeah, it was Airplane.
18 was 4.
Answer to 18 was 4. There you go. You might have said Airplane, I think, Chris. Because I read Alan had put Airplane in the chat, and then I said it to Rebecca. So if you heard me say it, kudos to you. Frank Drebin was brilliant in Police Squad. It was so good. And he was great in The Naked Gun as well. That was such a funny movie. Again. Right. 20. What is going on with his hair? Both. Ant and Dec. It was Ant and Dec. It was Let's Get Ready to Rumble.
Are they also known as the Barrys, in which case?
They're also known as PG and Duncan.
In which case Darren might... Oh no, Darren didn't get them.
Yeah, I never got that one, Darren. Sorry. PJ and Duncan, Ant and Dec. If you got PJ and Duncan, we'll accept that as well. But it was Ant and Dec. Ant and Dec. Ant and Dec. Whatever. He's a dick. I do not like Ant and Dec. I'm fed up of seeing them. They're just two irritating Geordie twats. Anyway, bonus round. Right. Last season's Formula One teams were in first place. It was the Mercedes, driven by Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas. Forgot that then. Ferrari, then Red Bull, Honda, McLaren, Renault, Renault, Toro Rosso, Honda, Racing Point, Mercedes, Alfa Ferrari, Haas Ferrari, Williams, Renault. You didn't have to know the manufacturer of the engines, but I just like to show off. But those are your 10 Formula 1 teams in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's it. So it's a point for every question you got right, and then a point for every answer you got in the bonus round, Chris. So we're going to start collating these. Joe got 20 out of 20. Oh, you didn't get number 20, Joe. Oh, Joe didn't get number 20. Oh. But well done for 19. That was amazing. Well done. Can I just give a round of applause for Joe? And Alan getting his 4 F1 teams as well. Right, car manufacturers. The Mercedes, Ferrari, Renault, Alfa Romeo. And the last one to just start doing it, it's Racing Point. They changed last season to Racing Point. Although everyone still called them Force India. And the latest car manufacturer, a McLaren. Because they just built, there's a guy who fuels up at Sainsbury's and he drives he drives an MP4C or a Roadster or something like that. Either way, it's a 200-gram supercar, and it is absolutely stunning in orange and papaya. Oh, so good. Right. We've got a 28 for Dawn and Martin.
I'm up in total.
Add it be totals, please. You've got to beat 28 for Dawn and Martin, who I think might have won it this week with that, because that is an absolutely cracking score. 25 for Alistair. I'm sorry I spelled your name wrong, mate. I'll fix that. 19 for Alan with his 15 out of 20 and 4 F1 teams. 20.5 for Christine. 13 for Darren. Well done, mate. Gainer with 25. Well done. Hey, I tell you what, that's consistent considering last week. That's really consistent. That's really good. 15 out of 20 of 90. Yes, there is a McLaren. Yeah, and they are absolutely gorgeous, aren't they, Chris? I love McLaren. I really do. They make some absolutely stunning cars. The Senna is an absolute beast of a car. Oh, Ayrton would have loved it. He would have driven it probably around a track in anger. It would have been fantastic. Excuse me. Sorry. So, any advance on 28? Because that, for me, gives it to Martin and to the Wonky Warriors. Looks like we've got the Wonky Warriors. And Joe, though, can I just say, Joe with a 19 was absolutely phenomenal in the questions round. Can I just ask you, Wonkies, how did you do in the questions round? How many did you get? Did you get all 10 F1 teams or just most of them? What was your breakdown, guys? I'd just like to know. Joe, no, it's not going to have any effect. It's just because I want to know. Well done, Don, absolutely. Well done, Don and Martin. I'll give you the tiebreaker anyway, because, you know, I like to do the tiebreaker. It's good fun.
Let me just double check the Facebook.
Just going to check the Facebook. Nobody playing on the Facebooks? I'm just going to have a check on the Facebook replies. I've got some for Gary as well. He's had to go off. We'll mark his later and I'll post his as well in the thingy. But he did alright, I think. We'll mark his later on for him. He's had to scoot off. 19 plus 9, they got the last question and they put Force India instead of Racing Point. I had a feeling that would catch a few people actually, because yeah, and Alfa as well, because Alfa Romeo were Sauber up until last season, and then Alfa Romeo. Incidentally, Toro Rosso have changed their name this season to Alpha Tauri. So there we go. Although if they were racing this season as well, they had a real nice looking car as well, black and white, absolutely stunning livery. It's really nice. Right, shall we do as a bit of a tiebreaker? How did you do? I've just asked you that. Let's do a tiebreaker. Are we ready for this? For a bit of a laugh. But because there's nothing riding on this. This is the Wonkies night. You've done absolutely brilliant. Well done, guys. You know, that's going to take some beating, that, and it just 2 points off max.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to take some beating. You got all of last season's right, Chris. Yeah, well done, mate. Michelle, oh.
That's alright. It's just for the leaderboard.
That's okay. That's fine. We're just updating the leaderboard as we speak. Are you doing it now?
No.
Okay. We're just going to update the leaderboard in a minute. Well, we'll update it tomorrow and we'll add it on for next week's quiz. Right. With new fancy graphics.
The Just for Fun tiebreaker.
Just for fun tiebreaker. Are we ready? Mike Tyson fought Spinks in 88 for the Undisputed World Heavyweight title. Iron Mike won in the first round, but after how many seconds? How long was the fight? So, you know what? I've got my feet up. I'm sat on the dining table and I've just put my feet up on the other side. Mike Tyson won that fight in '88 after how many seconds? 15 and a half for Ben as well. If you forward me a DM on Facebook, or we will put a post on the boards asking for your scores. We'll submit them. So through DM or whatever. 37.79 for Chris, good guess, mate. John 37, 12 seconds for Christine, 7 for Gainer. I tell you what, 17 seconds, 26, so 17 from Alistair. Any more guesses on this one? Because it was a brutal fight. I watched the fight a few years ago. It was absolutely brutal. I watched a few bits on YouTube, so I like boxing. It was an absolutely brutal fight. Mike Tyson just outclassed him. You know, it was ridiculous. Are we ready for the answer?
Any more guesses coming in?
Any more guesses? And then 1 minute 4 seconds for Ben. Close, I think. No.
Well,
I should have told you the rounds are 3 minutes long. So there you go. The rounds are 3 minutes long. 4 seconds for Ben. It can take 4 seconds for him to get to the middle of the ring. Believe me. So, dear. Any more answers? Shall I give you the answer? Shall I put the answer up?
mm-hmm.
Ready? It was over in 91 seconds. Mike Tyson walked into the ring and then walked out again 2 minutes later as world heavyweight champion. 91 seconds. Undisputed heavyweight championship.
You say the entrances took longer than
The ring in took 2 minutes each. The US national anthem was 2 seconds longer than the fight. So there we go. If it were, he knocked him out in less time than it took for the national anthem to be sung. There we go. It was a good fight, wasn't it, Chris? It was absolutely.
Why did Chris get it wrong then?
How? Yeah. Well, it was very close though, with 79 seconds. That was close. It was an absolutely brutal fight. I mean, Iron Mike could. He was a brutal puncher. He really was. He was a good fighter, but that's what he was. He was a brawler. He wasn't a boxer. He brawled. No, he just used to outpower people. Right. Anyway, thank you for playing. Thank you. Well done, you wonkies, with your 28. That was absolutely brilliant. Honest to God, could not have foreseen that. I'm gonna. That's it for next week. I'm going to put in some right shitty questions just because of you two getting that higher score. I mean, I'm going to put in some really tough ones next week. They're all going to be based on the 2020 Formula One season, which has not happened yet. Or I'll make them all NFL based. How would you like that? No. I won't. We will. Quick mention to Becky, to Baby Boy for sleeping through. Baby Thea for sleeping through. Thank you for not making me shout too loud either. Thanks, guys, for playing. It's always I always do this. We're in. We'll be in a week from now, Chris. Yeah, we're in a week from now, Chris. Sorry, pal. It's on next week. Put some Eurovision questions in. Maybe. It depends, pal. It depends. So, yeah, thanks for playing, guys. See you next week. Hang on a minute. Yeah, see you next week. Bye.